What's going on, guys? Welcome to Now It's Legal podcast. And today we have a legend, 6A Southlake Carroll. Brock Boyd, man, it is amazing that you're here. Glad that you're here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Looking forward to it.
You do the whole journalism thing. You look up the social medias. You want to see kind of what the buzz is. And he's got an offer from lots of schools. And it's actually the commit or like the offer photos that you have. I think if I were to post something like that, it would say, if I were to apply to all those schools, I would get denied. I mean, it was. Can you list some of the offers that you got and kind of that process?
Oregon, TCU, OU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and then the big one, Ohio State.
Yeah. So you originally committed and then you flipped.
Mm-hmm.
What's that journey like? Where did you originally commit to? What does that look like now?
Yeah, so I originally committed to TCU last July, and I stayed committed to them for about, I want to say it was about 9 months. And then Ohio State came along in January. They came up to the school after the season, and they offered me. And then they recruited me pretty hard. And then I went up there in, I believe it was March, on a visit. And I looked at it, and I watched them practice, and I felt really good about who they were as people and how they worked, and ultimately made the decision to flip to them.
Right. You go to some states or some cities where, they really give a shit about football. Like, they really care. Like, it's everything. I went to the University of Michigan game, and we talked about this before the cameras were on. Mm-hmm. Like, that whole state, I felt like the whole state was in that stadium. You mm-hmm. could just feel the energy, and especially with Ohio State, and obviously, Michigan. You said that they don't even say University of Michigan. What do they call it?
They call it the team up north. And then the week that they play them, they mark out all the M's on campus, so they X them out. And most of them, they don't even like erase the X. Like, it's still X'd out to this day. Like, when I was up on my visit, it was still X'd out. Almost every M.
That's insane. I didn't even know that. So you're in Ohio State. And how's the weather when you're visiting at this time? Or they came to you? Did you ever go to an official visit there? You said you watched them practice.
Yeah, I went up there this spring, and it was like 60s. Like, I was still able to wear sweatpants. Dang. When I was up there. I woke up, and it was like in the 50s and like in the early morning. Dang. And it was definitely different up there with how cold it's gonna get, like in the winter. That's something I'm gonna have to adjust to, but I'm really looking forward to getting out of this summer heat.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're filming right at June 15th, so it's hot. It's not going to cool down. It got a little rainy today, mm-hmm. but other than that, it's still just going to be burning up. I want to talk about obviously you get to work with your dad, you get to be with your dad, mm-hmm. Maybe some pros, maybe some cons, right? How do you differentiate that? I mean, like I said off camera, this dude gets to watch what you eat, right? Mm-hmm. You're a product on the field. He wants the best for you, right? And that make a conflict with kind of what you want to do that day. Yeah. So tell me.
It's definitely a love-hate relationship. It's nice to have him on staff, but when we get into it on the football field, I don't want to see him at home. And it was really bad my freshman year when I couldn't drive up to the school, and we get into it at practice, and we'd have to be in the same car on the way home. But we try to put football to the side when we're at the house. But ultimately, football is a really big part in our life, so we have a lot of passion for it. So we kind of argue about who's right on some things and who's wrong. But it's all love at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, you have a household just competing, mm-hmm. Trying to be the best. How does that look like, and how did that grow you?
Oh, yeah, everything's competition. I'd say, like, when we were younger, my mom would always ask my brothers to let me win in some games, and my dad would tell him no. He wanted me to learn the hard way. So, I mean, we go by the saying that everything's earned, nothing's given. So we've kind of just stuck to that our entire lives. Everything's a competition, and you're not going to get the upper hand all the time, so make with what you got.
So it seems like those awkward car rides, but at the end of the day, you realize you have to separate that, and learning that balance.
Mm-hmm.
can be easy, especially after getting into it with your coaches and just being competitive. Not that you're maybe arguing with them, but you're just competitive out there. And, you know, you're obviously young, freshman at the time, wanted to make a big break, you know, dad's on staff. Like, you like, as much as the cards are in your favor, they also can be very much stacked against you.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
So, you know, football kind of has this like faith, family, and football. Does that resonate to you? And kind of how does that play a role with faith and family? And obviously, it's your whole life.
Yeah, I'd say I kind of always put football first throughout like my upbringing, but these past couple of years, I really tried to grow in my faith and starting to put that first. I remember going into the season, I wanted just to be able to play football and just be spiritually just calm and cool and collected. So we all started growing in our relationship with Christ these past couple of years. Especially my mom, she's been going on some prayer groups, and then I started reading my Bible every single night when COVID started hitting. So just growing in my faith, it ultimately makes you better on the football field, because a lot of kids get their identity in what they do, and if you get it caught up with football and you're not playing well, then you feel like you're no one, when that's not true at all.
Yeah, you know, you have a life before for all the momentum with the college and the offers, and going to checking that list off of dreams that I've had since I was a little kid, and you can definitely see when there's a really great player out in the field, but the mental isn't there, like, you know, and then that can be anything. But I want to talk about maybe some of your favorite plays during this season. You had Southlake Carroll had an incredible season, and you got to be a part of that. Can you kind of tell me what comes to your mind right when you hear about something that you reflect on this season?
I'd say week one, the first game, we threw like a little screen pass to me, and I hurdled the defender.
What?
And like after that moment, I kind of knew where this season was gonna go. And then I'd say about week 5, I ran like a corner route, and I mossed the corner, and I took it like 60 yards to the house. And so like I just started building momentum on top of each plays and just growing confidence in each week, which when you have such high confidence playing in Texas high school football and you have the crowd on your side.
6A,
largest. Everyone cares about it. It's kind of hard to stop you once you get rolling.
Is it true that you're selling out crowds like every night?
Oh yeah. If you come to a rivalry game and you look up into the stands, you're not going to see an empty seat. Like, you're going to see everyone's there. The student sections they're big, they're loud, you know, they're obnoxious, but it's definitely all worth it. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, no, it really is like what makes the atmosphere. There's football being played all across the nation, but you know, there is something about Texas football and being on the biggest stage. You already know, pouring in, you know, crazy amounts of money to build the stadiums. And, you know, I even like was talking to AI. I was like, tell me about this place. And they're like, just like the NFL facilities and workouts and weights and everything. Is it true? It's really like that? Or?
Oh yeah. We just got a new weight room this past off season, and then we're getting new practice fields. And then we're putting in like a little weight room section in our indoor. But yeah, I think everyone pours into it because of how much everyone cares about it. Like it really is kind of like a religion down here. Like Southlake wouldn't really be known if it wasn't for the football team.
No, definitely. And you guys, it's called the Dragons. I don't even know where that comes from. Has it always been the Dragons? Has that always been kind of does that tie into like what Coach does or how he talks about it? Like, you want to embody the mascot. You know how some coaches want to feed into what's given, like All Saints and the Florida Lee and the S, you know, saying.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, I think this is like my 5th school that I've been to with my dad being a coach. I've kind of moved around. This is the only place where every elementary, every middle school, every intermediate school, everyone is a dragon. So we talk about protecting the tradition and how everyone's a dragon. So what you do on a day-to-day basis, you better be protecting that tradition, because you're not representing just the high school. You're representing the entire district.
So, and that's and I'm sure when they're coming to watch the games, it's just like kindergarten throughout. You're getting a significant ROI. I mean, on the city. I'm sure there has to be an economic impact, because if there wasn't, not just creating great godly men, but also having them have D1 scholarships and getting people to that next level. But you you grew up in a household with competitive siblings. Some of them got to play with Quinn Ewers and legends of college ball and maybe even some NFL. Can you kind of speak on growing up in that environment? I know you talked a little bit about it when we were rolling. I want to make sure they hear it.
Yeah, I think when I moved here and you see how great these past Southlake kids were, you kind of look at them and you kind of idolize them, and you kind of picture you being them in their shoes when you get up into high school. And now that I'm in high school, I look at how they're doing in college, and Quinn just took them to the playoffs 2 years in a row, and now he's going down to Miami to play. But yeah, I think everyone kind of looks up to you. I'll be at games, and in the pregame, I would have these little kids screaming my name, and they know who I am. I think that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you ever catch yourself saying, that was once myself?
Oh yeah, all the time. When I was in sixth grade, when we moved, I remember like looking at these kids and really wanting to just have a conversation with them. Like it would mean the world to me. So just to be able to put that back into the youth and be able to inspire them means everything.
Absolutely. And we talked a little bit. I was like, well, did you play dual sports? How does that work with 6A? Because some high schools you're like, oh, I got to play every sport, and it really didn't seem that way. It seems like it's so ultra competitive that either lock in or
I'd say you pretty much play every single sport coming up until high school in Southlake. I mean, I played basketball my freshman year, but to me, to the kids that like football is really important to, you kind of hone in on one sport and you really focus on that because that's what you want to be great at.
Yeah.
So you put in all your time and effort into it.
If I would play devil's advocate, because there's two sides of this conversation, someone say, well, you're limiting him on what he can be. Like, who knows when a freshman can be really good at football? Maybe he's really good at tennis or golf. What's kind of the rebuttal? Because you lived it and you're living it. So,
yeah, I think you kind of always know in your gut what you really want to do and go into that. But we do encourage each kid to really go out into what they want to do. So we're not against you playing 3 sports. We're all for it. But I think if you want to be great at a certain sport, you really gotta pour everything into it.
Yeah, and you see that even now. You're like, well, this guy's playing all these different sports. I haven't had an off season yet. When I'm not playing football, I'm playing football. Something that you said, Ole Miss on one of your offers, and we had Deshaun Gaddy. He was a corner, then became a safety. And he says, there's really nothing like playing, at home. When you think about playing at Ohio State at home, like you're on, like what type of feeling gets brought to you?
When I went up there and I saw how big their stadium was, it really did. It shocked me. So to think about playing in that stadium with that entire thing filled and seeing how much Ohio State football means to the community and the state, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm excited. It reminds me of Texas high school football with how that community is so invested into that team.
Yeah. When you're thinking about, I always think about if I were ever offered, right, which will never happen. I think about, okay, well, where do I want to live? Oh, maybe not there. Or maybe what do I want to be surrounded by? It seems like Ohio State, it's like we like football and we like football and we like football. Ohio State has a great basketball program as well. One of my favorite players, D'Angelo Russell, went there. Is that a main reason why you would go? Because like you're getting offered, to Sunshine State, or I'm close to home, so I might as well go to TCU, or who knows?
Yeah, when I went through the process, I really I didn't really care where I lived or what I was doing, if what I had in free time. My goal in mind is go in there and become the best player that I can, and ultimately go to the NFL. And that's what I looked for. And Ohio State, they worked really hard. Their facilities, they aren't the greatest. They're not gonna pour all that money like Cincinnati did, but that's not what makes a program. What makes a program is the work that you put in, and they ultimately do it the best.
No, that's very true. You can definitely tell. And I haven't been to the Ohio States, but you can just see that the program doesn't have like a $1 trillion facility, but you see that there's a culture there. There's a want, there's a will, are you producing, right? You got this great facility, but are you getting me to where I need to be? Because at the end of the day, there's a bottom line for everybody. Everybody wants to win, and everybody wants to go to the next level. And the only people who are guaranteed a spot are coaches, who then have to get extended, right? I mean, well, you see like coaches jumping around.
1,000%.
And that brings you to my point, transfer portal. Obviously, you're not in that world yet, but it's very much a buzzword. And obviously, with older brothers, I'm sure you've had your fair share of kind of what does that look like. Any inside scoop that you can kind of give me about the transfer portal and maybe your brothers?
Yeah, I would say. Well, the cool thing about Ohio State with the receivers coach, he's never taken a transfer into his room, so that speaks something about him. But again, with the transfer portal, I'd say the biggest thing is don't go for coaches. Go for a culture and a program that's going to set you up to succeed. Because coaches they bounce around just like that, especially offensive coordinators. Now, Coach Hartline, he's been there 8 years. What he's done there, no one else has been able to do, and I really do believe that he'll stay there. So I'm kind of contradicting myself, but I think if he were to leave, they would still be in good hands, and that culture would still be there.
Yeah. It takes obviously the head coach is leading it, and that's what you want. But it's everybody around you that your O line and your D line in the trenches, and how those guys gel, and how much how much do they care? Are they living for it? Every down that they get down for, because what I've seen is that coaches are like men are made in the trenches, and like if there's a brotherhood there, it spreads. Like Max Yao, him and Kevin Jennings were able to make this really great relationship, and Max didn't play a whole lot, but that was the culture, right? Like Max may not get in, but I'm going to treat him just like the guy who's literally saving my butt on the field. Is there any guys growing up either in middle school or high school that you just have like a lifelong brotherhood with?
Yeah, I have a really good friend. His name's Max Jolly. We met in 6th grade, like right when COVID was happening.
Oh, nice.
And we clicked ever since, and I would do anything for him. But Southlake, we talk about family. We break everything out on family. So you spend all these long hours throughout the entire year with these guys. You might as well become really good friends with, at least like be able to be like a brother to them. You might as well do it because you're going to be there the entire time with them.
Yeah.
Might as well get to know them. So that's something that we really pride ourselves in is becoming a family.
Yeah. To the non-athletes out there, it's like, well, I'm spending more time with my teachers than I am with my family. If you look at it, I go home and I'm going to sleep. So, I don't necessarily have to like my teachers, but there's got to be something there.
Yeah.
Because I got to be there. I got to be there regardless. With your brothers and just having connections just already in the college world, have you been able to connect with any other college guys, people who are already in, or maybe some pros?
Yeah, like I said, Quinn Ewers was a great guy to connect with. There's a lot of guys out of Lubbock that have now transferred or have gone into the league that I've built some relationships with. But it's kind of cool to hear their input about college when I'm about to go into it, and I can take their advice and run with it.
Yeah, I tried my hardest to get Quinn an NIL deal. Like, obviously, he didn't need any help with that, but I always put my hand in the hat. So, Quinn, if you're watching this, Drinkship still available, non-alcoholic beer company, and they're delicious. The hazy IPA, the watermelon ale, so fire. So maybe I'll have to bring that on. But it was such early in the NIL time where they weren't super stoked about a non-alcoholic beer. Like we don't want to be backed by a beer brand, but now like 30 athletes are sponsored by it now. So when you're in the new era on the NIL podcast, you're on here. This is the reason how this whole thing got started. And it's name, image, likeness is not just for the athletes. It's for anybody who's anybody, just like your dad or your mom, like even homemakers and people in their industries who are titans. Tell me about what the NIL world like looks like to you with your kind of newly getting pushed that way.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy to think about, for sure, to hear how much these kids are making and understanding, like, dude, that could really be me if certain things go my way. It's mind-boggling, but it's always changing, so you can never really get too comfortable with where you're at. But I think it's a really unique thing that's happened.
Yeah. Is if you could, have any, NIL sponsor, whether it's like, Gymshark or maybe like C4 or you like, I don't know, sparkling water like Rambler. If you could have an NIL deal,
I don't know. I've never really thought about it. It might be, I would want to do one with like a car company.
Like dealership.
Yeah, like a dealership.
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The University of Texas started doing that with Lamborghini and Ford. And so other programs are adopting it. And, the car dealerships, NIL deals used to just be like normal because they would partner with the school and then it kind of loopholed.
Yeah.
So players getting cars goes back to, Eric Dickerson, Eric Dickerson with the Trans Am. And do you know that story about it? Do you know?
No, I've never heard that story.
So when Eric Dickerson got offered by some other team, they gave him X amount of dollars in a brand new Trans Am.
Okay.
He drove to SMU, flipped his commitment, and went to SMU. But he took their he took their car. Obviously not the best light, but that was kind of like the moment because like he was like the best running back.
Did he have to give it back?
No, he drove it around SMU. That's the thing. Like he would drive his Trans Am around SMU from I don't even remember the school, but obviously doing good enough to give him a car at the time, which was the 80s. So pretty wild.
That's cool. That's insane.
So if when you're going into let's say a rival game in high school for 6A, everything's on the line. Like whenever you got to go to Jerry's World, you said, I didn't even have time to feel or think about what was happening. I was just trying to be, the best version of myself. Can you walk me through that?
Yeah. When you play for state and you're not the first game, you kind of have to just go with the flow. So we were the middle game, and when you arrive, you're sitting there waiting on the game to end. So you're sitting there for like 3 hours. You're not even on the field yet. You don't even get to go warm up. And then as soon as that game ends, I think you only get like 45 minutes, and then you're rolling. So we had to we rushed our warm-ups. We got back into the locker room. We sat there for 10 minutes, and then you're out there on the field. Like you have no time to process what's going on. Before you know it, the national anthem's playing, and then you're out there for kickoff return. So it kind of comes at you fast. So you just got to go with the flow sometimes, and you don't really have control over it.
And do you have times where you get back in your bed, or maybe you're just like, okay, you're getting ready. You're like, what did I just do today? Right?
I'd say not really in season, because we flipped the page just like that.
Yeah.
But when season was done, I think the first week where I was doing nothing, I was like, this feels really, 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 really weird.
Yeah.
And I looked back that season. I was like, I just played for 4 months straight, and I never looked up. It was so weird to having every moment of your day planned, and then that just stopping.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest thing for me.
What have you done to kind of fill that time and when there is a lapse? Because I think a lot of college coaches, that they worry about that when the season's ending and, things happen in the off season, right? Keep it as that. How do you feel that time?
Yeah, I took about a week off to just enjoy myself and to be
You're
a kid.
Yeah, you get to be a kid.
To be a kid, but then I started back working out about a week and a half later. So
I could not say the same. No, that's incredible. You know, they talk about the off season and the vets are in the game. They're like, you know, the young guys, they just want to get right back at it. You know, and you want to take your time and you make sure you don't overwork your body and things like that. How are the trainers at, you know, Southlake, and how does that go? It has to be, because to be that next level, obviously the training and the infrastructure around it has to be probably.
yeah, I'd say we kind of took about 2 weeks off when we came back from winter break of not doing workouts with the school, because they are good about giving us time off when we need it. But we kind of talk about what we're doing at the school is it's going to be hard enough to where you don't really need to go do extra work. Like you can, just don't really push yourself. And then I work out with a guy named Chad Marr, he's Quinn's strength guy.
Yep.
So he's really good at like injury prevention and like rehab and prehab and just working all like the little muscles that keep you.
Get your tendons strong.
Yeah. And he's really good on working about recovery and getting back to feeling really, really good. So.
Yeah. When was a time where you were set back and you had to overcome something?
Literally this year in track season, I messed up my hamstring and I was out for about 4 to 5 weeks, and it was definitely painful just watching everybody work.
While that hamstring is no joke.
It didn't feel too good, but watching people work out and play football, like we were going through spring ball, and I was kind of sitting back a little bit, and it definitely was painful to go through just because I want to be out there with my guys.
Yeah. It seems like like if you injure yourself, you tweak something, it never can happen at, you know, there's an opportunity to you could say, thank God it happened before the season really got going. But then, you know, you can have something in the middle of the season and, you know, it can take your film out, you know, it kind of can mess things up. Have you ever had a chance to see, you know, your brother, you know, go through that, kind of fight through that at all?
Yeah. His sophomore year and senior year, he broke his wrist.
That is a setback.
Yeah. So he was out for about 6 weeks his sophomore year. So just watching him battle through that and going to PT, and then when he got back, I mean, it looked like he never stopped. And I think that just goes into the preparation part of how you carry yourself, because I feel like even if you're not practicing, the way that you carry yourself can definitely dictate how you're going to play.
Yeah, no, it's like obviously there's crazy athletic people, there's extremely gifted people on the field, but that mental that we were talking about, it's like it can totally win you or lose you when you need it the most, if that mental isn't like where it needs to be.
1,000%. Yeah.
And we were talking before the cameras got rolling with, you said you were going through my Instagram and you saw Dylan Wright at TCU and that he played with your
brother. Yeah.
Brother in Minnesota. Yeah. He said when he went for his visit in Minnesota, it was freezing. Did you ever get a chance to go up there or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, I went to a spring game. And then I went to an early fall game, so right before it really got that cold. But that's something that I still haven't experienced. But Brady said it's a different type of cold. It's more of like a dry cold, where here it's like that wet cold. So it's definitely gonna be different, but something I'm gonna have to adjust to. I don't really have a choice.
Yeah, yeah. Can you tell me when you're looking at film? Are you big into film? Does it feel natural to you? Do you you're like, oh, I might as well go watch some film, or you had to like learn to love it?
Really, at Southlake, we watch so much film. I think that's where we win our football games, is in the film room. So we spend hours each week we know what they're gonna do. We know the tendencies that they have, the things that they're gonna give away based off certain techniques, certain looks. So it's definitely something I had to learn to like love when I first got into high school. But now it's fun just understanding what they're doing. That way we can go out there and dominate.
Yeah. So do you just watch football? Like, I'm only watching football, or some guys are like, dude, if I watch football, I have to watch something else because I'm always studying.
I think for me, I don't really like to watch like the NFL. Like, I do like watching it, but I don't love watching it Because if it's not somebody that I know or it's not me playing, I don't really like have the interest because I just want to play it so bad. And watching it, just sitting there, I'm like, what am I doing?
Can I go run around real
Yeah.
quick? Like, I feel lazy watching these dudes go to work, getting paid, all that.
Yeah, I think definitely when I'm older, it's gonna be something that I really enjoy. I just don't have a favorite team.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a favorite NFL team. So it's
Do you have
kind
a
of
favorite like NBA, NHL, anything? Do you watch any other pro sports, any other college sports?
I used to watch the NBA a lot. I was a Cavs fan when LeBron was there. When they had the 3-1 comeback against the
Yeah,
Warriors.
Amon Shumpert
Yeah.
and JR. Yeah.
So I really like them, but I mean I am a LeBron fan, but
Yeah.
I'm not not a Lakers fan.
Oh, I'm a Laker fan.
Oh, really?
It's all right. But like, it's a struggle between the Laker fans and like the people who like LeBron. So yeah. I remember when he got, I say my team, right? That's like how much you're into it,
Yeah.
right? What came to the Lakers, LeBron came to the Lakers. And I was like, I wanted to beat him. I just wanted to beat him. I didn't want him to come on my team, but you learn to work through that. Is there a time where I guess you could say, man, I can't wait to line up with this dude?
Yeah, I think Chris Henry Jr. He's like one of the top rated receivers in my class that's committed to Ohio State. And then his teammate Caden Dixon-Wyatt. I'm really looking forward to lining up with them because they're California ball, I'm Texas ball. That's some of the best football right there is Cali and Texas and Georgia and Florida.
Yeah.
Obviously, but just having 3 dominant kids from 2 dominant states of football, that's something I really look forward to.
Yeah. Have you been able to text them or hit them up or say, hey, man?
Oh yeah, we're on a group chat. All the commits are, and then most of us we're taking our officials this weekend. We're all going to be up there together, so we get to meet and introduce ourselves in person for the first time.
So when do you get there? When do you move in? Like, what is that? Like, do you have that in mind? Like,
I think it's sometime in January. So I'm graduating early this year. I had to take some summer classes, which was
super
painful.
fun.
Yeah, so fun. But yeah, so I think January I move in, and then I get like 2 weeks off, and then the freshmen will have their own workouts just to get used to things, and then they throw us in with the entire team.
How many people are in that group chat? Commits?
I think we're up to like 13 or 14 right now.
Nice.
So a good number coming into June. Hopefully we get a lot more in July. But I mean, I don't know how many we really want.
Yeah.
I mean, 15 is pretty good. I was like the only one for TCU for quite a while.
Yeah. Huh. It's very just interesting. I would just like kill to be a fly on the wall to watch that first week like unravel, see how you guys are meshing, because everybody I think is just so hungry to get there and they want to see it happen. Oh, yeah. And you're already interested in lining up with some people. Are there people who've committed other places where you're like, dude, I can't wait to play you, dude. I don't know what your schedule looks like, but I hope we play you.
One of my good friends, Jalen Pyle, he's committed to Michigan. He's a receiver, so I really do look forward to playing them and being able to talk with him after the game and just talk about football. I think that's something that's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah. So as a Ohio State commit, is there anything you would love to tell the University of Michigan fans?
Oh yeah, we're gonna beat you all 4 years when I'm there. Like, y'all are not winning a single one.
I knew it was coming. I had to give you your chance to shine. Yeah, and it seems like they're pretty stacked. I kind of was like going through the transfer portal, 247 Sports. That's like, I'm sure that's like your Google.
Yeah. Kind of.
What are you using? Obviously, you're not using like Huddle, right?
No, I mean I do use like 24/7 and Rivals and On3, but I really don't really pay attention to stars and rankings just because I feel like I could be higher. I'm going to toot my own horn. I feel like I could be higher in the rankings. And
you're a 4-star.
Yeah. A Rival or
5.
24/7 has me as a 3-star.
Boo to them.
I know. And I was like, I mean, I went for 1,800 and over 100 receptions. Like, what more do I have to do? And I'm playing 6A Texas high school football.
Yeah.
So I don't really like to go off rankings. I do like to go on Huddle and watch the kids film to see if they are the real deal. So that's kind of my insight.
Yeah. Is there any time where it's not, hey, this isn't lining up? like this guy's ranked this, and I played him, and it doesn't even feel like that. And you don't have to name names. I'm being a scenario.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. Like all the time, I'll get some big name kid that's coming to line up and guard me, or even some kid that I train with that has a big name, and I'm like, I don't see it.
I'm burning you.
Yeah, 1,000%. Where I'm just like, all right, if you're that, then what am I?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You try to figure out the measuring stick, right? Because you can't compare yourself, but at the end of the day, whatever makes that, engine go, I always say, whatever wakes you up in the morning, whether it's just another Ferrari or you just want to get your son karate lessons, like whatever makes you go, then do that, right? And goals are forever going to change, and your appetite's going to grow, right? Because you're like, I'm sure there's at some point you were like, I'm pretty stoked that they just want to rank me.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, but why am I not? Your appetite grew. Talk about appetite. You're Texas boy. Got some good Texas food.
Yeah.
What's our favorite food here?
For me,
barbecue, tacos. I mean, you could go all over the place.
Tacos are pretty good. I do love me some brisket, but
any specific place for the brisket?
We do have a barbecue spot in Southlake. I'm blanking on the name right now.
Can you look it up? Because I'm pop them up on the screen. Say, hey, it's the first NIL deal.
It's like it's known like everyone. Oh, it's Feed Store. Yep, Feed Store. I literally just remembered as I was searching up. Feed Store.
Feed Store?
Yeah, Feed Store barbecue. It's really good. But my favorite food is sushi. Like I love sushi. Like we have some pretty good sushi spots in South Lake they're to die for. Like they are really, really good.
Are you getting like the fried rolls? Like are you doing like the tuna tartare? Like where are you on the sushi scale?
I'm like a California roll, but I do like some raw tuna and salmon, but like that's like the furthest that I go. I'm not one of those weird people that eat all the things. Like,
yeah. I'm like, why is that swordfish looking at me?
Yeah,
I don't need to eat that.
I'm not touching that. I'm not weird.
Yeah. No, they can get really weird with the rolls. That's for sure. You gotta like you can see where this is going real quick. Once the first couple rolls come out, I'm like, okay, this is something that I can.
Yeah, no, I read the menu, and then next to like each thing gives like a description of what's in there, and if I can't pronounce it, I'm not getting it.
That's fair. That's really good. That's when you're looking at like say I look at like a Gushers like a nutrition facts of Gushers, and you're like trying to pronounce like all the processed food dyes. You're like, I don't know. It's obviously not good for you. Is there any like pre-game meal that you're like, okay, I got to do this?
I get the same thing every week. It's a Jersey Mike's. It's ham, provolone, bacon, and mustard. It's nice on the stomach, and then I get like one of those. It's like a fruit bowl from Smoothie King.
And we got 2 NIL deals just cooking up here. They get the
it's like an acai bowl.
Ooh.
So I always eat half of it.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to overfill myself.
Yeah.
But that's the go-to every single week.
The Jersey Mike special. Yeah,
it's a great like you think like the bacon and mustard like with the ham and provolone is kind of weird, but it's actually pretty good.
I'm not particular. I'll go ham. I'm probably gonna have to go try it out now. Did you know that we were able to get an NIL deal through one of my podcasts? He was talking about Cane's chicken fingers, and I sent like our clip like easily to 35 different people across different agents of Cane's and everything. I was like, let me see if I can do this thing. This guy really loves Cane's, and he would eat it like every day, and that's expensive. Cane's is expensive.
Oh yeah.
If you're eating it every day, and he's like eating like 8 tenders. Katie Davis, linebacker out of UNT, and we were able to secure that deal. So whenever I see that, it's always a chance for NIL deals to happen, and it's like, give this guy a free sandwich and a gift card. Like he's not gonna. I think some companies are afraid to approach athletes because they feel like a big number is going to be attached to that.
Yeah.
When really they just want to be like cool with the brand. Obviously, when things go up, like my price goes up. I hope some things follow suit. But like, it's always interesting to see how these athletes are now like stacking brands. You know, I started with a Jersey Mike's and a whatever deal, and now I'm doing PlayStation and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Do you play video games?
Yeah, I do. I used to be really into Call of Duty, like back when COVID
Like stroked a
happened.
chord for you.
Oh yeah, no, I used to be so into that.
What made you give it up? Did you still play
No,
now?
I still play every now and then. I just don't have time. It's the time thing. I'm always out doing something, but I am looking forward to GTA 6 coming out, even though they just postponed it again. That's
Man,
something
what's up with that?
I don't know.
You know the meme?
What with the
GTA 6 before?
yeah, we gotten this before GTA 6. Yeah. It's true though. But it better be the best game that's ever come out.
I think if you're gonna push it off, I actually have like a funny little GTA thing. If you put it off, it's like you could basically be like Brock Boyd to Ohio State before GTA 6.
Yeah. It's actually crazy. But I did see like the map that they have it's insane. It's like the map for GTA 5. It's like 5 of them. 5 of that in the game. Like there's so many different cities that you can go to.
What type of hardware are you doing? PlayStation 5, Xbox, or you have your own PC?
I've been an Xbox guy for like the past 5 years. Before that was PS4, but I low-key think the PS5 is better. It looks better to me, the graphics and everything.
I was PlayStation guy, and then I gave away my PlayStation to do one of my first PlayStation deals. Like I got this guy all signed up to do the deal, and they're like, "Oh, send me his username and login." I was like, "He doesn't have a PlayStation. That's why we're doing this deal." He's like, "Nah, he needs a console." Okay, I literally gave him my console, and I obviously never got it back.
Wow.
But I was like, and it was like 3 years ago, if you were to tell me you're gonna give up your Xbox or a PlayStation for like a deal that's not even gonna bring in, like it's how your perspective changes. You're like, oh yeah, well here you go. Here's my PlayStation. Now let's go do this Call of Duty Vanguard. That was when Call of Duty Vanguard was coming out. So that was 21, 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always interesting to see. I want to take like a quick break, probably get like a little espresso and then finish up 20 or so minutes.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is it cool?
Yep.
All right, dude. So you were telling me, I was like, are you going to dye your hair? Because you had blonde hair during the season, right?
Yeah.
So kind of shape it out.
So back in the early 2000s, we had a coach who passed away of cancer, and the kids wanted to honor him. So at first they buzzed their hair. So like it was like a buzz cut, but then the helmets wouldn't fit because they would lose all that hair
Volume.
They wouldn't be able to put enough air in the helmets. So they're like, we'll dye it for you in your memory. And so that's how the blonde started, and it's been going on for 20 plus years.
Wow. That's really incredible. So like most of the kids, Southlake Carroll will dye their hair
It's the
blonde?
entire team.
Oh, the entire team does.
The entire team does it.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's not mandatory, but it's been going on for so long, like it's kind of like a given rule, like you have to.
Go a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I want to give you a chance to, maybe a message to the staff and coaches who, invest their life and their time into you. So anything that comes to mind.
Yeah, I'd say like we really do appreciate y'all so much. Just understanding the long hours that you guys put into it. I mean, I kind of get to see it firsthand because I get to know my dad's not at home when where he's at. So the long nights and early mornings, they really do go appreciated because when we're in the game and we have that upper hand, we kind of know where it comes from. It comes from our coaching staff working so hard, and I think we do appreciate y'all's belief in us because, I mean, we trust the coaching staff with everything. Like we really do put the game in their hands at points and just kind of let them go to work with dialing up plays, and we really appreciate all the sacrifice that they give. I mean, they're probably with us more than they are their family that 9 months.
Yeah, definitely. And they're just investing in like young men, and they're like, they have a passion for it. And, what would be, a one staff member or one coach that like really sticks out to you to kind of push you to that next level? Obviously you have your dad, but somebody who like, okay, we really see eye to eye. He was able to shape my game. I was able to trust people more running the game? Because it's all trust. It's all so habitually intertwined. But go ahead.
So I would say Coach Riley Dodge, our head coach, with him, like I've known him since 6th grade, and kind of just seeing him turn from just like a dad coworker to becoming my coach. He's kind of shaped me into my game, and no matter the success that you have, he's still going to be really, really hard on you, especially with how practice is. He's really big practice, and that goes along with my position coach, Coach O'Brien. He's really, really hard on me. He treats me like a son. He really tries to get that dog out of you and just continues to expand your game. So those are two guys that I'm really thankful for. They don't really let you get complacent.
Yeah.
They always try to push you forward,
pushing you to that next level. Is there any like words or phrases or like a sentence or maybe like that sticks out to you?
I think.
Like you can hear it, do. Like I'm hearing this.
Yeah, I think like Coach Dodge, he has like, it's not necessarily like sayings, but it's like tantrums. Not like tantrums, but like he'll have some freak out moments to where you're like, all right, dude, we need to lock in. Like the slamming of the headset. He told us that you'd think it's Halloween the way we were dressing up as posers every day because we were practicing bad. So like, it's funny to look at now, but you're like in the moment, you're like, oh my gosh, like, dude, we need to get, and we were like 7-0 at the time, like going in after like a great week. We just had like a terrible practice, and you're like, dude, he's really like, we got to get this thing fixed. But nah, it's all love though. He's not one of those coaches that like is just run. Like he's a great guy to be around. He's so much fun. Like I have a blast every single time we get to be out on practice, and that's something I'm gonna miss when I'm gone after this year.
Yeah. Is there, if you're on the field right now, and like, what play are you wanting it to be called?
Oh, post easily. So we have like a clear out dig with a big post behind it, and then we shoot the back, and that thing it's green light to me every single time. I'm taking the top off the defense. So that's probably my favorite play. Probably the one I had most success on this season.
Yeah. Was there ever a time where there was a play that was like botched and kind of like, people curled back in, or just so happened? Like, is there anything that sticks out?
Yeah, really. The state game, we had a lot of scramble plays. We really needed a drive coming out of the second half, and our quarterback was able to extend the play, rolling out to his left, and then threw it kind of right all the way down the field. We had like a 60-yard gain that put us in position for a touchdown in a moment that we needed. So our quarterback, he's really, really good at extending the play. I think that's his best attribute. He's such an athlete that when he gets outside and he's outside the pocket and running, he's very, very dangerous.
Yeah, you're seeing more of agile quarterbacks even entering in the NFL, where like if you're not pocket quarterback, you ain't. You're not up our echelon. And now that's kind of been defeated with the Lamar Jacksons of the world, your RG3, short-lived, but RG3 is very pivotal in the role where people were willing to take a chance on a QB that's agile and quick. It seems like Kevin Jennings, talk about SMU. It seems like he's able to, be a little bit more free. I know we talked. I know you're not going to SMU, but you're here in Texas, and SMU has really made some noise the last 2 years. But really, the ACC breakout season. What was it like watching that? And seeing how they were translating their game and growing their game, and you guys are obviously like doing well in your season. Obviously, you feel a little bit of a synergy, just winning. Period. Right.
Yeah, our head coach, Coach Dodge, he's really close with Coach Lashley, so they kind of have the same values, and I was so happy for them seeing how they did this season. They were one of my top schools, and I built so many great relationships that I'm still thankful for today. Like I still kind of talk to Coach Likens, not necessarily on like a recruiting, but we'll talk on like a basis, but kind of just understanding where our values are and theirs are, it kind of makes sense to why we're both having success.
Yeah. I want to ask you. I mean, there's obviously a bazillion podcasts out there in the world, and you we have this mutual connection with your dad and everything like that. Where my mom, they go way back, right? But why did you choose, NIL podcast and like, because you could have gone anywhere, you could have hit anybody up, but you're here now. I'm super stoked that you're here.
Yeah, I was looking and it's in my backyard. It's in Fort Worth. And then looking at the names of the people who have been on it, I was like, oh, I know some of these people. Like, this is pretty cool. Like Baby Gronk, like that's a big time name. But like to know that I could be like the first high school football player on here, like that was pretty cool to me. Just knowing that somebody wanted my insight and wanted to talk to me for about an hour, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. First big 6A high schooler. It seems like you're at an inflection point in your life where I feel like obviously everybody has their own path and everything, but like this part of your life, what I've seen in most athletes, they either do really well and they sprint towards the fire and they're not gonna back down. Like you seem like a guy who would run towards the fire while everybody else is kind of maybe not.
Yeah, I think you kind of understand that. Like the best things in life are not given easily. Like you got to work towards it. You got to be really devoted into it. So that's something that I'm kind of blessed to have in my like own mind and body. Like if I'm not really pushing myself, it kind of feels off to me. Like something feels off. So it kind of makes me give full effort into everything that I do.
Yeah, most definitely. And I know you talked about this in the beginning. I got to talk about it again. You hurdled a person first week, and then you're like, that's how I felt the season was going. Can you walk me through that play? Is there a way you can pull that play up? Or
Oh yeah,
can you show me it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never hurdled a hurt hole. So
this was like last summer. I was hurt. I had like something in my pelvis that was messing with me. And so it put me out like the entire summer. So I was kind of nervous going into week 1. And then this play happened, and I was like, all right, I don't know.
I'm back. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Like, you really did. Like, you, fluttered almost over.
Well, I was talking about it in meetings. There was a kid sitting right next to me. His name's Anderson. And I was looking at their past film, like, of the scrimmage that they did the week before, and I was like, dude, these kids, like, first of all, they're short. And I was like, they kind of get low when they tackle. And I was like, I'm going to hurdle him. And so, like, we kind of laughed it off, and then I hurdled him in the game, and we went over to the sideline, and I was like, bro, I told you I was going to do it. But, like, I really didn't think I was going to do it.
Yeah, first play.
Yeah,
or second, or not.
It was like my first catch of the game. So, like, when I did it, when I caught the ball and I was running, and I was like, screw it. And I kind of blacked out. Like, I just remember just landing, and I was like, oh, my gosh.
I'm still up.
Yeah, I was like, when I jumped, I was like, please do not clip me. Like, I don't want to get clipped right now and then fall on my back. But it ended up working out. But when I came over to the sideline, Coach Dodge told me, like, never do that again. Yeah, never do that again.
Yeah, you just see your life flash before you, and you're like, but I'm alive. And you're like, yeah, this time.
Yeah.
What's okay? So you got a pregame meal. You got. Is there anything that like you want to drink specifically? Like, are you drinking Celsius, drinking waters, you drinking coffees?
Oh, I'm a huge sweet tea guy. I love
that's very
sweet
Texas
tea.
of you.
Yeah, it really, like, I can drink it at any time of the day. Like, I can drink
like
it
even in the morning.
Oh yeah, I can drink it in the morning.
Oh yeah,
But I do need my coffee in the morning. Like, I need that, and then it's really like once I do my first workout of the day, I can drink anything.
Yeah, you're up.
I'm not gonna drink like tea before my workout. That's like the only time that I won't drink it.
Yeah.
But anytime after that, I do love some sweet tea.
Yeah, you ever think in Ohio they're not gonna have your sweet tea, and what are you gonna do?
Like, dude, I don't know.
What are you gonna do?
It's not gonna be like the South.
You're gonna learn how to make that.
I know. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Where do you go? Like, I know Chicken Express tea is pretty. Is that like you?
Dude, they have the best. Their sweet tea is the best.
It's the most passion he's got on this whole podcast.
Yeah, that was the best.
Chicken Express actually sponsored an event with the Dallas Mavericks 3 years ago.
Really?
And they gave the kids all chicken. This is a funny story. They gave all the kids chicken, and then they were all playing basketball, and like 60% of them puked up the chicken because why would you give kids free will to eat as many chicken as you can and then play as much basketball or football as you want?
Yeah, it's not smart to eat fried food before you go out and.
Yeah, that collaboration never happened again.
Not really
that
smart.
camp is probably sponsored by, I don't know, not chicken. But I don't want to just thank you so much for coming on the podcast, man. And look, you're always welcome here. You're gonna see me out there at Ohio. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. And if there's anything else that you want to tell the viewers, like what you got going on, what they should be excited about, yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. No, I'm excited.
I've done a lot of interviews like for like websites, and like I have done like an interview for people that have gone on a podcast and talked about the interview, but this is my first like podcast, and it's probably the most fun I've ever had answering questions. So thank you.
Hey, well, thank you so much, and you make it easier, well spoken, and I hope Ohio State coaches and staff sees this and they can see the type of young man that they're going to get, not only on the field because they know what they're getting there, but what they're getting inside that locker room, which is what brings you that winning mentality. And you got that winning mentality, and you got a lot headed your way. I'm excited to see how your season unfolds, how your whole career goes, man. And I get to watch it from the beginning. So super stoked that you're here, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
NIL podcast. Thank you.